think we're good.
Okay. Cool. Well, hello. My name is Emma. And this is Tiffany, and we're just going to wait a few moments while people hop on, and so we can make sure everyone gets as much information as possible. But if anyone does happen to miss part of this, we will be posting it to both our YouTube and our Facebook page after our broadcast is over, so no worries there.
All right.
Hi, Sarah.
All right, should we go ahead and get started?
Yeah, I feel like now is the perfect time. All right. Well, like I said, my name is Emma. I'm the Vice President of Recruitment Education for the Collegiate Panhellenic Council. I'm a senior majoring in apparel merchandising and getting a minor in public relations. I'm from Ames, Iowa. So yeah, you all know it. And I think that's everything.
And I'm Tiffany. I'm CPC's Vice President of Recruitment Programming. I'm majoring in event management, also minoring in public relations, and I'm from Des Moines. And we're really excited that you're all interested in learning about the Collegiate Panhellenic Council. Every Tuesday, Emma and I will be here to walk you through the ins and outs of our council, how our joining process works, and just answer any questions that you have. So feel free to ask questions along the way, or you can ask them at the end, whatever works for you.
Yes, we do want to just put out a little disclaimer that the software we're using has a little bit of a delay to it. So if you comment something or ask us a question, we might not get it for a few seconds. So if we're not responding to something, that is why, but we promise we'll get to all the questions, whether it be right after you ask or towards the end. We'll get you all the information that you're looking for. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start off with what is the Collegiate Panhellenic Council. So we are comprised of 16 chapters, and 15 of those have chapter facilities. And I will go ahead and drop a list of all of those chapters in the chat below. But our chapters are made up of women who share common values and use those values to support one another in achieving their goals, empowering each other to be their personal best, creating sisterhood and friendship amongst one another. But our sororities are social organizations that give you a lifelong membership, which is unique from just another normal club on Iowa State's campus, because you can stay involved after graduation and you'll continue to be connected to a network of people, and you'll have opportunities to further develop yourself.
Yes. Next, we're going to talk about values. So our community has 5 values that guide everything that we do. These values show up in all 16 of our Panhellenic chapters, as well as all of the other organizations throughout our whole community. So in addition to these 5 values that make up our entire community, each of our 16 Panhellenic chapters does hold a set of its own values that are more personalized to their organization and their membership. So at a community level, values are what tie the community together with a common purpose. And at a chapter level, values are what are shared amongst sisters and members that create unity amongst one another. This is why it is so important for you as a potential new member, if you're a potential new member watching, to complete the values bracket. That's available on Campus Director after you register for primary recruitment. This bracket will help you narrow down your top values and you'll bring them with you to primary recruitment, and you'll have a conversation with your recruitment group and your Rho Gamma about values, the importance of values, and how they play a role in your day-to-day life. And then you will use those to help you decide which chapter best aligns with those values and will be the perfect fit for you at the end of the week.
And then before we go into CPC any further, we want to let you all know that Iowa State's sorority and fraternity community does have 4 councils in total. The one that Emma and I are talking about right now is the Collegiate Panhellenic Council, but there are 3 others: the Interfraternity Council, the Multicultural Greek Council, and the National Panhellenic Council. Each council is different, and if you're interested in learning more about each of them, you can check out our live from yesterday. But you can also check out on Wednesday, we'll talk about MGC, Thursday, NPHC, and Friday, IFC.
Okay, now we're going to talk to you guys about how someone can join the Collegiate Panhellenic Council. Like we said, we're the vice presidents of recruitment, so this is right up our alley. And if you have any questions while we're talking, please feel free to comment them, and we will answer them as soon as we can. So our main joining process is called primary recruitment. Primary recruitment is held the week before classes begin in the fall, so in August. It is a mutual selection, values-based process, which means that both the chapters and the potential new members will have the opportunity to decide which women and which chapters will fit with those personal values that we talked about earlier. So throughout the week, women participating, which we call potential new members, or PNMs for short, will be returning to fewer and fewer chapters each round until they find their official home away from home on bid day. We do encourage those participating in this process to be themselves, stay true to themselves and their values, and to make sure to ask chapter members about their individual experiences as a member of that specific organization, and ask how membership has benefited those individuals, so they can kind of get insight into that and be able to see if they will, see themselves returning home to that chapter at the end of the week. Primary recruitment is the only opportunity that potential new members have to meet women from all 16 of our chapters. And we do want to note here, I've been saying primary recruitment, that is the term that we use to discuss or to describe our joining process in the fall. You may have heard the phrase rush before, but we strictly use primary recruitment. So just a little vocabulary lesson throw in there. Registration for primary recruitment is live now. We're going to drop the link in the chat. So if you're interested, go ahead and register, and any other information that you'll need about recruitment will be sent your way once you've done that registration.
All right. And then, so we've talked a little bit about how to join CPC and kind of a little bit about us. We want to know if you have any questions, so please drop those in the link below. We're here to answer any of them, but we're going to go ahead and get started with some frequently asked questions, I guess. So one of those is like transcripts and resumes. We've been getting a lot of questions about those. And that will be when you register for primary recruitment. So that link is like right on your screen right here. And you can upload whatever you feel comfortable with. It does not have to be official transcripts. Those will get sent to us eventually anyway. So yeah, that's kind of answering that question. Emma, do you want to answer any more?
Yes, we've been getting a ton of questions about what to put for your residence hall on your primary recruitment registration, because obviously you have not been assigned residence halls yet, and we get that, we totally understand. So for now, you can just put NA, not applicable, on your registration, and then once you are assigned a residence hall, which is so exciting, you can go back and fill it in. You'll have until, I believe, July to go back and make edits on that registration, so you can change whatever you want, but you'll be able to put in your residence hall that you've been assigned. So no worries, you can still register right now without knowing it. Let's see. Oh, we also have been getting a lot of questions about scheduling conflicts. I will let Tiffany answer that because she is the schedule queen. So go Tiff.
Thanks, Emma. Yeah, so you can go ahead and email us at CPC recruitment@iastate.edu, and I will put that in the comments as well. But yeah, just email me the days that you'll be gone, the timing that you'll be gone, and we can really work through that when we create your schedule for primary recruitment in the fall.
And then the last frequently asked question that we have been getting is primary recruitment still happening because of everything going on with COVID-19? And the answer, short answer, yes, absolutely. We are so excited to welcome new members into our community. We are still doing that. That's why we're here talking to you. Registration is open. And yeah, if anything changes, that is communication that we will have very openly with all of you. But recruitment is still happening, and we are so excited about it, and we hope you are too.
And then Emma and I do have a social media account that is dedicated to CPC recruitment, and it's called Penny Panhellenic. She has a Facebook and an Instagram, so I'm going to go ahead and drop those handles below, but also the Collegiate Panhellenic Council's Instagram and Facebook as well.
Yes. So you can use Penny Panhellenic to learn about recruitment, registration, all of that. But the Collegiate Panhellenic Council, social medias are a great place to get insight into what like day-to-day life looks like in our council, what our members are up to, because that is the official Instagram of our council. So you can get a lot of insight there. So make sure to follow both of them.
Absolutely.
Next, we do want to talk to you just really quick about our biggest piece of advice going through this process. We've both done it. We're both seniors, so it was, oh my gosh, 3 primary recruitments ago. We were in your shoes, which feels kind of crazy. It went by really fast, but now we're old and we're wise. So we just want to tell you guys to keep an open mind. That is going to be the most beneficial thing during this process. Whether you have friends and family that have been part of sorority organizations, or if this is the first you're ever hearing about the Collegiate Panhellenic Council, either way, we just want you to go into the week with an open mind, be open to new experiences, because you never know who you're going to meet or what's going to end up like changing your whole life from that point forward. So I've said it 100 times. I'm going to say it one more time. Just keep an open mind. That is the absolute best piece of advice that we can give you. And I'm sure you'll hear it from a lot of other people who are in chapters right now.
Absolutely. Another fun piece of advice, bring comfy shoes.
Yeah, yes, that's also very important. Lots of walking.
All right. So it doesn't look like anyone has commented any questions. So we've got a couple queued up for us as well. So why did we decide to join a sorority? For me, I think that I was really looking for that leadership aspect, and this one of our community values is leadership. And so I wanted a group of like women in my life that would empower me and kind of give me, something to do. I'm a busybody, and so I can definitely say that like I got that out of my sorority, and I got women that really encouraged me and pushed me to do even better and continue to get involved.
Definitely. That's a good answer, Tiff. For me, I'd say that, like I said at the beginning of this, I am from Ames, Iowa, which is obviously where Iowa State University is located. And before for my freshman year, I was thinking about it and I was just like panicked that I was not going to have any new experiences because I took some Iowa State classes in high school. Obviously, I've been around Ames. I know the restaurants. I know like the fun things that people from out of state come and they're like, oh, try this. I'd already done all of that. And so I was just so scared that I was not going to have any adventure or try anything new. And you know what? I hadn't been in a sorority before, so I decided that will be my adventure. And I ended up going through primary recruitment, and I was so dead set on finding something that was new and exciting and pushed me out of my comfort zone. And then the chapter I ended up joining, it felt like home, which is not the feeling that I was looking for. But I realized that I can feel comfortable and feel at home and still make amazing memories and have new experiences. And that's really what this community has given me. It keeps me grounded and it keeps me feeling safe and welcome, but it also pushes me into trying new things and making new memories, which I'm super grateful for. So kudos to 18-year-old Emma because she made a good choice.
Amazing. And then we did get a question, Emma.
Oh, yes. Awesome. So do we know the daily schedule for recruitment? We do have, actually, I'm going to let Tiff talk about this because like I said, she's the recruitment queen. Tiff, go for it.
So the daily schedule, it's going to start, move-in will be the 14th. And then just to kind of be safe, we really want to give kind of the disclaimer that like you really want to dedicate yourself to this week. So you'll move in on the 14th. Events will start on the 15th. So recruitment events will, begin. And then it'll go until bid day on August 20th. So August 14th through the 20th. We really just want you to kind of leave that open as much as possible. You'll still have your evenings, but definitely it's a long week and it's really tiring, but it's also so exciting and so fun. So we want women to be able to get a lot of sleep. And so, I would say leave your schedule pretty open. It might be some early mornings, but
yeah, right now we are putting time in the schedule to really prioritize the health and safety of our members and our potential new members. So we're making some tweaks to the schedules that we've had in the past. And once those are all finalized, they will be part of the potential new member guide that gets sent out to all of our women who are registered for primary recruitment. So once you're registered, just keep an eye out for that and it will have all the information that you need.
Perfect. All right, we haven't gotten any other questions yet. So, how about this one?
Ooh, how has our membership benefited us? Okay, you went first last time, so I can answer it this time. And I kind of touched on this in my last answer. But how has our membership benefited us? I think I was a lot more quiet going into college, and not that I'm like crazy loud now, but I was a lot more reserved. I think I was kind of looking for the confidence that I thought adults had, and my chapter really pushed me and like made me feel valued and empowered to be more confident and a little bit more assertive and go out and go after things that I wanted. This position, for example, was one that is not the easiest to like get. It's kind of a long process, but without my sisters empowering me for the past 3 years, I don't think I would have had like the like confidence or the drive to just go out and do it. And that's what my membership has given me most, is just empowerment as a whole, I think.
Amazing. And we did get a couple more questions while you were giving your answer, Emma. So I'm going to go ahead and toss those up. I can always come back and answer this later. So can you go back and edit your information after registering? Yes. You can edit up until, I believe, July. So yeah, you can go ahead and edit whatever you need to. For instance, the resume, yep, go ahead, make any edits that you need to. And then, how important are grades in the recruitment process and throughout a student's time in sorority life? So each chapter has their own unique grade requirements. So I would say it's very up to the individual chapter basis. But Emma, do you have anything more to add to that?
Well, we talked about values earlier, and academics are the first value that our community holds. And additionally, a lot of chapters hold academics as a personal value as well. We're all here to get an education and to end up being successful in whatever careers we choose. So as a community, we really value that. And honestly, without my chapter pushing me to do my best in academics, I don't think my GPA would be as high as it is right now. I got a 4.0 this semester, which I'm super excited about, but I would not have done that without my sisters. There was obviously a lot of changes to what academics looked like, and our like scholarship chairs in my sorority gave us resources, and they were a shoulder, to maybe cry on if you need to, but also just a helping hand. And yeah, my organization has really pushed academic success in not like a pestering way, but a motivational way. And I know that every chapter in our community, as well as our council, really put that priority on academics and help our members to be the most successful that they can. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so I would say that I also kind of had a unique, well, not really unique situation, but my first semester, I decided that I didn't enjoy my major. And so what was really nice about like being a part of a sorority is that although I was struggling, no one like made me feel bad about that. It was more of like, hey, what's going on? How can we help? And then when I decided I was going to change my major to event management, I had like 140 women that were there that I could ask questions to about like basically any major at Iowa State. So that was really probably one of those moments my freshman year where I was like, wow, I am so, so, so eternally grateful for these people in my life. But yeah. So we haven't gotten any new questions. So I'm going to go back and talk about how my membership has benefited me, other than being inspired to change my major to event management, which I love now. I would just say that kind of similar to what Emma said is that my organization has given me confidence. I never, ever imagined myself leading this community, like recruitment for this community. I came from a super small town in Iowa. And so this is definitely out of my shell, kind of different, but not only the women in my own organization, but the women in this community have all really empowered me and given me confidence. So, okay, we got another question.
Yes, this is a really good question, and it is a question that I'm going to make a video about with our recruitment counselors and post on Penny Panhellenic. But for now, the answer is that we will give her a tote bag. That's part of what the registration fee covers, and she'll be able to put whatever she wants in it. We'll also give a water bottle. She can bring aspirin. She can bring Band-Aids, a Tide to Go stick, Kleenex, some snack foods, pen, pencils, whatever she wants. She can throw in that tote bag, and she won't be able to take it inside of the chapter facilities during tours, but it will be on the lawn with a recruitment counselor keeping an eye on it, so she can bring whatever she wants around. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Around to each chapter facility when she is going into events. And there is water at every chapter facility, and those big jugs, they stay filled all day. So not having water is not a problem. We want our potential new members as well as our chapter members to be happy, healthy, and safe during recruitment. And it's in August in Iowa, so water is a big part of that.
Yeah, I remember my recruitment counselor had like fruit snacks constantly. She was like throwing bags of fruit snacks at us constantly. So that was really nice. But I also brought like a bunch of granola bars, and I don't know, I feel like sometimes I get a little hangry, so I just made sure that I had plenty of snacks all the time. That's a really great question.
We've been throwing around the word recruitment counselor or row gamma, so I can talk about what that is just briefly. We're going to go really in depth in our next one of these videos, but a recruitment counselor is a Panhellenic woman who's disaffiliated from her sorority, who is assigned a recruitment group. So between 10 and 15 potential new members will have one row gamma who serves as their tour guide, their shoulder to cry on, the one who can answer any of their questions. She's also a role model of what Panhellenic membership looks like. Truly just the one person who is like hands-on, like rooting for your potential new member or yourself if you're a PNM right now watching this during the week. She is your greatest resource for everything. And parents, the recruitment counselor will have, allergy lists, that sort of thing, any medical information that they need, and is really looking out for your kiddo. So I want you to know that they're going to be in great hands. The recruitment counselors, I'm biased because I'm in charge of training them, but they have been really well trained and they're ready for anything. And they're so excited to meet all of our PNMs.
All right, we haven't gotten any other questions yet. These have all been really great questions. I'm so glad.
Me too.
All right. Okay, well, Emma, I just have one question for you. What has been your favorite memory?
I was hoping that's what you were going to ask. That is the easiest thing. I just finished talking about row gammas, so kind of a good tie-in. Last primary recruitment, I served as a recruitment counselor. I had 15 amazing potential new members in my group. They all had awesome weeks, and they ended up joining chapters that they love. And just getting to watch them grow and like make amazing memories like I did when I went through recruitment was the best experience in the world. And I also got to bond with other recruitment counselors, which were women in other chapters aside from my own. And it was truly just a once in a lifetime experience. And it has easily been my favorite part of being in this community.
And then we got a question about how long in the first 2 days. So I would say, so I have not been on, I guess, what we call the other side of recruitment. I've always been a recruiter. And so for us, we were done relatively early. It's not, the first 2 days aren't super long, but you are doing a lot of walking. So I think that's what kind of makes it feel so long. We were done before dinner time, I think. Emma, do you remember what your schedule looked like with your potential new members?
Yeah, so we started a little bit earlier in the morning, so it's cooler outside, and then we would go to a few events and then have, a break period or a couple break periods in a row. Then we have lunch in the middle of the day, and then a few more events, but there's plenty of those like break periods for every recruitment group, so it's not like go to a bunch of chapters in a row. You have plenty of time to like think about what you just saw and also just kind of like decompress because you are having a lot of like conversation, which can be kind of draining. I know I'm super social, but honestly talking to 50 people in a row kind of take it out of you. So there's plenty of time to rest, and then you're done before dinner time because our recruitment groups will go and eat together with their recruitment counselors in the dining halls.
And then I just keep putting up the link to register just in case anyone's, popping in and they want to see. So I'm just continuing to have that up.
Tiff, you asked me what my favorite memory was, but what is yours? I don't think we've actually had that conversation before.
My favorite memory, I think that, so I was a recruitment chair last year, and I've always loved recruitment. From my very first year, recruiting, it was a really cool time to really be united with my chapter. Again, we have a values-based recruitment, and so we were focusing so much on what my organization values were and the community values. And so I just think that that kind of moment with my chapter was really special, and it's why I love recruitment so much, and it's why I'm here doing what I'm doing now. So that's probably my favorite memory. It's just every single recruitment that I've ever been a part of.
Oh, yay, this is our last one. I'm so sad, but so excited. We did get another question while Tiff was giving her answer. How important are letters of recommendation? I can answer this one. They will not hurt you. They will not help you in any sort of crazy way. It is totally up to your student if they want to submit letters of recommendation. And if you choose to do that, they will go directly to the chapters. We're working right now on making a graphic that has all of those addresses, but you can also find them on the Sorority and Fraternity Engagement website. And then I keep bringing it up, the potential new member guide that we're going to be sending out in July will also have all of those addresses and websites. So it's totally up to you. Like I said, they will not hinder your experience. They will not help your experience. It is totally up to your student. If it makes them feel more comfortable sending them in, then that is awesome. If not, no problem.
And we got another question. So what types of roles can a student participate in within a sorority? So there are so many opportunities within each organization, but then also in each council. So within a sorority, you can be an academic chair, you could be a vice president or a president, a t-shirt chair. There's really so many opportunities just within your own chapter, but then there's also a lot of different extras, I guess, within the community. You could apply to be a part of Greek Week, which is a cool event that our community puts on. You can do what Emma and I are doing and give a fun little speech and be a council representative and be on, CPC exec. So that's really fun. This has definitely been the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. Working with so many amazing people has been so great. And I've learned so much throughout my leadership positions in my own chapter, through the community. And it's really prepared me, honestly, for graduating. I've learned email etiquette like it's nobody's business. I've just learned how to interact and talk to so many people. So I think that, holding positions is a really, really great opportunity that's a little bit unique.
Definitely. We do have a lot of auxiliary groups in the community. We've got Greeks Go Green. We have Sorority and Fraternity Community Ambassadors, which is a group that gives presentations like this to students who have come through on tours during the school year. Honestly, anything. I know I was really involved in high school, and when I joined an organization, I wanted to be really involved with that too. I don't if I do something, I want to do it all the way. And truly, anything you're interested in, we can find an auxiliary group for you. Or, if you were super into sports, I played tennis in high school. My sisters and I do intramurals together, which is super fun. So even if it's not something directly affiliated with the community, you all of a sudden have this huge network to go out and do other clubs and other things with, which is awesome.
Right, and we got another one, Emma.
Is recruitment going to look different with COVID, masks, etc.? We are working right now with Iowa State's fall planning team, as well as our National Panhellenic Council advisors, creating plans to keep our active members and our potential new members safe, healthy, happy, like I said earlier. So we are looking at some potential small changes, hand sanitizer stations, face coverings, etc. But we've not finalized anything yet because we're working with a lot of different people to get all of the best ideas and options possible. So once we know that, we will let you all know via our social media pages, our office website, and again, the potential new member guide that we're going to send out in July. So if there are any changes, you guys will be super aware of them well ahead of time. We want everyone coming into this as comfortable and prepared as possible.
Absolutely. That was a great answer. I couldn't have said it better myself, Emma.
We love risk prevention.
All right. And we'll wait a little bit longer for some more questions. These have all been such great questions.
This is awesome. We love answering your guys' questions. Usually, we know this isn't how we planned on doing this. We would be talking to you at actual orientation sessions, but obviously we can't do that. So this is the next best thing, and it's really fun to connect with all of you. Makes us get really excited for recruitment. It is happening. It's so exciting. We've been planning for an entire year. I think while we wait for some more questions, we can just kind of talk about, I guess, what our roles are. We introduced ourselves and threw out our titles, but we didn't really say what that includes. I did kind of touch on, I am in charge of the recruitment counselors. Oh, we can come back to this because we got another question.
I feel like, Emma, you know this off the top of your head.
The sorority fraternity community undergraduate GPA is higher than the rest of the undergraduate population. I don't have the numbers for this semester because we did just get our final grade reports and stuff, but it is consistently a few points higher, like 3.97 versus like a 3.84. Those are not the specific numbers, just an example. But as a community, we do have a higher GPA, which I'm super proud of. We work hard for it. I credit to a few things. Mentorship. Some chapters will pay for tutoring for their members, or just provide an older member to give support and advice to, which can be super beneficial, especially for younger members.
And I think that joining a sorority or just this whole entire community, it doesn't give you like a check and balance system, but almost it does. Like I said, with my experience, I just had someone come, like, one of my sisters came up to me and was like, "Hey, how are you doing? How can we help? What's going on?" There was never any like fingers pointed, or you never feel bad about it. Everyone's just there to help. So I think that's where the support comes in when it comes to academics.
I mentioned earlier that we have sorority and fraternity community ambassadors who give tour presentations, and I am a sorority and fraternity community ambassador as well. And whenever parents ask me what the difference between like friendships in a sorority versus outside of a sorority are, I always say accountability. In a sorority, when your sisters are successful, that reflects on you. Like, it genuinely does. When your sister has a high GPA, all of a sudden your chapter GPA is higher, and that's something to be so proud of. I love my friends who are not part of my organization, but one of my most vivid memories from living in my chapter facility, I was having a bad day. Like, it happens, a bad day. And my roommate came in, she's like, "You have class in 7 minutes. What are you doing?" Like, she knew my schedule. And I was like, "I'm not going today." And I don't skip classes all too often. But she's like, "No, I really think you should go." And I was like, I just can't. She's like, "You're not going to feel any better missing that material. Get in the car. I will take you. I'm not going to force you, but I really think you should go." And she snapped me out of it, put me in her car, and drove me to class. And I went, and we had a pop quiz that day. So thank goodness. Shout out to my roommate, Erin, because she saved me that day. And she pushed me to be better than I thought I could be in that moment. And that's the accountability piece that I'm kind of talking about. My normal friends, outside of my organization, aren't the ones who are like, "No, get in the car. I'm taking you to class." Whereas my sisters are, they won't, she wasn't going to make me, but she really was empowering me to make a better choice than I was prepared to make, which I think I always get out of my sisters, and I'm super grateful for it.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a great question. So, requirements regarding living in the house. So that would be unique to each chapter, but I believe all of our chapters that have chapter facilities do require at least 1 year of living in, so 2 semesters. But that is, I believe, the bare minimum. Other chapters kind of vary. It depends on the facility size and how many women can live in that facility at one time.
Yeah. Living in the chapter facility, my sorority's chapter facility, is one of my most favorite memories. I had my last day living in there without even knowing it due to all this COVID stuff, and I am still a little sad about it, but I lived in for 2 years, and I made the best memories in the world. I'm moving to an apartment in the fall, which I am excited about, but I'll have the rest of my life to live in an apartment. That sorority, I only got those 2 years out of, and I will forever be grateful for them because they were truly wonderful.
I 100% agree with that, Emma. I also lived in my facility for 2 years, and my second year living in, a lot of my new member class, so the women that were initiated with me, they were mostly moved out and moved into apartments. So I was nervous and kind of scared that I was going to be living with the member class below me, but I actually made some of my very best friends. I got to live right next door to my little, so that was really fun. It creates a sense of unity. A lot of times, the women living in the facility all at once will have a group meet, and so everyone's talking all the time, and we would get a text like, "Hey, who wants to go hammock outside?" It's just that constant stuff, or what's for dinner? You always knew it was for dinner because there was always at least one person home that could run downstairs and look at the menu and see what's going on. So I definitely am going to miss living in my facility for sure.
I agree. Alrighty.
Wait for some more questions.
Okay, I will go back to explaining what I do in this position while we wait for more questions. And if they come in, we can totally go back to that. As Vice President of Recruitment Education, I oversee the recruitment counselors, which are the Rogammas we talked about earlier. They're amazing. We have 54 of them. And I also do all of our recruitment marketing. So the Penny Panhellenic page that you saw, writing the scripts for these videos, etc. Pretty much creating marketing material. That's all my jam. And then educating chapters and potential new members about our recruitment processes is also a part of my job.
Absolutely. And then we've got 2 more questions. So where do we get our gear? So there are so many different ways. So my chapter, I know they do like one order of like, so our merchandise chair, so whoever's in charge of, our t-shirts and stuff, they will basically put together an order. We could get stickers, sweatshirts. It just all depends on what people want. And if they reach the minimum number, then the order will go through. But you can also join, I know my organization, as like an international organization, has a Facebook page where like University Teas, Greek House, all these different companies like post links where you can order stuff. So it's just kind of having people add you into that once, you decide to join an organization.
That's earlier we talked about what we've gotten out of our community and so many intangible things I have gained from this, but my funny answer is always a stack of t-shirts as tall as I am. Literally, like, I've paid for some of them, but just for events, we end up with so many t-shirts, and I love them because I wear a t-shirt every day. But yeah, you end up with a lot, whether you seek them out or they just end up coming your way. You get a lot of shirts and sweatshirts and all of that.
My all-time favorite sweatshirt was given to me by my big. Thank you. I wear it all the time. So things get handed down. People will post on Facebook like, hey, who wants this? So there's never a shortage of t-shirts ever.
No, definitely not.
All right. And then the cost of living in the sorority, more or less the same. Emma, do you want to go ahead and answer this one?
Yeah, definitely. So living in a chapter facility is on average a lot less expensive than living in any of the apartment complexes that are in the area. Sorority and fraternities are located just, I believe, south of Central Campus. I think I have my cardinal directions correct, just south of Central Campus, so within walking distance, which is super nice. And for that location, you're usually going to pay a lot more to an apartment complex than you are paying to your chapter facility. Another thing we like to point out is that when you pay to live in a chapter facility, that does include your meals, your dues, your printing, your laundry, the Wi-Fi, like whatever, access to a smart TV downstairs, honestly, like anything you would need, it's like just one big fee. Whereas when you live in an apartment, you're paying rent, and then you're also paying for your Wi-Fi and your utilities and your groceries and your cleaning fee and this and that, and it adds up really quickly. Whereas sorority is less expensive and it's just that one fee, which is really great. Like I said, I lived in my chapter facility and I am living in an apartment in the fall, and I have seen those bills next to each other, and the apartment is a lot more expensive, which I wish I had known, but that's okay. It's going to be good. But yeah, so on average, living in a sorority is going to be cheaper than the other alternatives. And as far as the comparison between dorms and meal plans, it does depend on the dorm and it does depend on the meal plan. I know they've changed meal plans since Tiffany and I were freshmen, so I'm not super the smartest person when it comes to the meal plans, but I do believe that, again, a sorority is very comparable, if not cheaper. And we do have a lot of those numbers on our website if you want to look at them a little bit more in depth. And then when you're a student or you register for primary recruitment and you get that P&M guide, it'll also have a breakdown of finances for each chapter, since they do vary from chapter to chapter.
And I think another important thing to mention with this is during the primary recruitment process, there is a whole day dedicated to, it's called Living Panhellenic. And so you'll get a house tour, but then also a financial presentation. And so I would be sure to encourage, yourself or your students to be transparent about that and really ask questions and just kind of be open to that conversation and really get as much information as possible.
We just got another question. I can answer this one. Those links are optional. You do not have to use them. This is just another opportunity for your student to show off whatever they want to show off. I know when I Like when I got this position, for example, big achievement, very exciting. The first thing I did after calling my parents was posting on my Instagram, like, yay, look, I got this position. And so if I wanted to add the link to my Instagram page, whoever could look through and be like, oh, she did this, this, and this. Look, she's playing an intramural sport. Like, how exciting. It's just an opportunity for your student to showcase who they are if they want to, but they are not required. Yeah, and if you don't have any of those social medias, that's totally fine too. It's really just a space for your student to showcase who they are, what their interests are, anything they want.
And another thing with that is us on the Penny Panhellenic pages, so whether that be Facebook or Instagram, we can go and follow your student through that link. And so then she can follow us back, and she can find any of the recruitment information that she may need or want. We post a lot of fun things on there, like Rho Gamma spotlights, which are the recruitment counselors, recruitment chair spotlights, just kind of showcasing our chapters in a lot of different ways and our values. And yeah, so that's kind of another reason that they're there.
April, thank you for dropping those links there. As you can see, April has put links to the dining website, housing website for any information on cost or anything else that you would like to know. Thank you for doing that.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to put the link back up. But I guess while we're waiting for more questions, I can talk a little bit about what I do. So as a Vice President of Recruitment Programming, I do a lot of the logistics of primary recruitment. I am the woman behind the schedules, the timing. I do a lot of the communication with chapters and recruitment chairs. So I'm kind of there for any of their questions. But yeah, that's a lot of what I do. It's a lot of Excel sheets, a lot of emails. It's what I enjoy. That's why I chose event management as my major. This really does compare a lot. So it's super exciting, honestly. I actually really, really enjoy what I do. So we'll wait a few more minutes for some questions. We've got plenty of time to hang out and answer any questions. So
we appreciate how many questions you guys have asked us so far. These have all been great. I think sometimes when we do these videos, we forget we've gone through this process, oh yeah, I know that information, and then we forget to say it. So we're glad to have the questions and actually tell you guys information that you need.
Admissions counselor. Amy's coming out. I love that. All right. I wish I had more. Oh, another one.
All right. Is recruitment in person this summer? Oh, sorry. There, we got two questions really quick. Is recruitment in person this summer? Yes, it is. If we make any changes, we will be sure to let you guys know with plenty of time in advance before it happens. But we are planning for an in-person recruitment. We're super excited about it. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, tell me a little bit about what types of clothes to wear during the process. The apparel merchandising major in me is just buzzing right now. This is very exciting. So each day will have a theme. Your student will get 2 t-shirts provided by the Collegiate Panhellenic Council. That's part of that registration fee that I've talked about. And I'm in the process of designing those right now, so stay tuned. I'm very excited to show all of you. 1 t-shirt will be red and 1 t-shirt will be yellow. Makes sense, cyclone colors. So she can wear any bottoms that she wants. If she is not a dressy gal, athletic shorts, awesome. If you have a dressy student and she wants to wear a skirt or some overalls, or if she's very brave and wants to wear jeans in August, amazing. This is truly a chance for your student to showcase who they are. We want them being completely true to themselves, and we want them to be comfortable above all else. So they can wear whatever they want on any of these days, but it'll be any bottoms and then matching a shirt that we give you. There will be a day to wear kind of sundresses, rompers, jumpsuits. It can be very casual cotton to as dressy as you want. That is totally up to you. Just be yourself. We have a business casual day. I truly did not know what the words business casual were coming into college. I Googled it, and on Pinterest I got a lot of ideas, but that just pretty much means avoiding denim with holes in it. And you can wear whatever you want, keep it comfortable. You want to throw a blazer on with a nice pair of jeans, or some paper bag pants with a cute camisole and a cardigan. anything, honestly. The outfit ideas are just in my head right now, but truly whatever you want. And then on preference night, you will wear cocktail attire. So a nicer dress. This is a more formal ceremony where you participate in like a sisterhood activity inside of the chapters, and they're all going to be dressed up more formal. So we want the PNMs to wear something that kind of, matches the vibe of the event, if you will. But that can really range in whatever. There's no strict dress code for each day. You can wear heels, you can wear flats, you can wear Birkenstocks or chacos. That is totally up to you. Just tell your kiddo that she cannot mess it up. That's not possible. She should just wear what makes her happy, and that is the best thing that you can do. And we'll also be sending out guides to those theme days and just a little like outline of the types of outfits that I just talked about.
And I would say, just coming from a former recruitment chair, what's just super important is that all of our women feel comfortable and just excited. And, you shouldn't be worried about what you're wearing. You should be worried about just how you feel in that outfit. That's really what matters, because you're showcasing yourself. And that's what's important to, the women that you're talking to.
Like, if you feel good in an outfit, that's going to translate to how you feel in a conversation. And that's going to give you the best success during this.
And then how many do we expect? Honestly, we have no idea. I mean, with the situation of the world right now, we genuinely don't know. In the past, it's ranged from like 700 to, I don't even know. What was last year? 800?
High 800s. Yeah, our year, I think we were between 800 and 900 as well. The year before that was like 1,000. It really just depends. But the more the merrier. We are ready for all the PNMs. So tell your friends to sign up.
Absolutely. Cool. We still have plenty of time. So anyone just popping on that wants to ask some questions, feel free. Right. We can wait a few moments longer.
Do we have any other questions? If not, that's totally fine. Like we said, this video will be posted to our YouTube, our Student for Training Engagement YouTube, as well as the Facebook page that you're on right now. So you can look back on it or show your students if you are a parent watching right now. Otherwise, like I said, we'll be sending out a lot of material with more information, and you can follow our social medias. So we want you to have all the information. We're throwing it at you left and right. So you can always email us too if you're missing something on one of those websites. We'd be more than happy. We share an email account, so one of us is going to respond.
Absolutely. And a reminder that all of those social media links and our email is included kind of up towards the top of these comments. So, we've got one more giving the dates. So that will be move-in will be August 14th. And then the end of primary recruitment will be August 20th. So all the days in between will be filled with recruitment events.
And if you have any conflicts, please email cbcrecruitment@isa.edu ASAP, lots of acronyms, so that we can get that figured out and still have you participating to the fullest extent possible.
All right. Oh, yeah. The questions they'll come to you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't tell you how many times I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I got to write that down. So.
Me too.
Cool. Well, thank you all for being here and joining us and asking phenomenal questions. Be sure to follow our socials over there. And yeah, thank you
so much for being here. We love connecting with all of you, and we appreciate you sticking with us, even though we can't be together in person.
We'll be back next Tuesday.
Yes, we're here every Tuesday.
All right.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.